should put it in that thing. Let's see. Hey! Who's here? Okay, let's see. You're pregnant? Oh my god! Is that a good thing? Congratulations. I think pregnancy is a good thing. See the doctor tomorrow. Nice. Nice. Well, that's exciting. I think you should be excited anyway. I'm excited for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that first month I slept a lot I sleep a lot anyway. Sometimes I go in phases. Like I have had this past week, I've had sort of restless nights, but last night I slept really good. You're not so late. I just barely started. I was late. I was 11 minutes late. Okay, now let's see if I can get this all together here. I got new glasses, you guys. I got the exact same frame. I just I dropped my glasses and then the lens came out, but also yeah, of course I can. Put yourself wherever you want to. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. So if you are a Sparkle of Lights, then you get a free pendulum reading. So you can ask a question. If you want to jump ahead, Jolene, go right ahead and we'll do yours. How has everybody been? I'm so happy for you too. Sure. I like the little cherry kiss girl. Isn't that a kiss? That's LOL. Wait, what is this? So in love. It's the so in love. Am I so in love? No. Well, I don't know, you guys. It is tree special. Okay. Now I have to write down who's on this list. Cheryl's number 1. Gloria, Luce, Miss Fred, hi. I'm like, didn't know everybody showed up so fast. It just said one waiting, and then I didn't see who came up. Hi, Esmeralda, Esme, and Quacky. It was so good to be with you guys again. I missed you Friday so much. So a lot's been going on. My kitty cat got a little bumped up, but he's doing better, and I had to take him to the vet today, but I think he's going to be on the mend. He's got his antibiotics going now. And then, yeah, we had out of town. My daughter had an out of town guest. Her best friend stayed over. Hi, Holly, if you're watching. And yeah, and I don't know. I've been like I've been sort of exploring a bit, and just like it's always, my heart goes back to the close your eyes and your ears guacamole, but my heart always goes back to my twin flame. I just can't help it. I just can't stop it. But anyway, I still am going to explore, right? I'm just live my life and have fun. Ooh, yay for a girl. Aw. Am I? I feel like I have to keep these things to myself. But yeah, that's so it is. It's what. Oh, but you know what is exciting? My daily dust has been very exciting, and I don't know. Yesterday I was driving around. I was feeling kind of, my tooth hurt, but my tooth feels a lot better today. But I was thinking of the the phrase, "It's a miracle," or "That's a miracle." And I felt like I believed it so much that suddenly the word made me feel so good, like healed. And I just feel like more and more that those kinds of positive affirmations, if we're saying them out loud and saying them to ourselves and talking about ourselves in a good way, and all of that, we're gonna really attract it. I mean, especially during these lunar phases, like really set. It's not just about setting intentions, but it's really about focus and making habits of saying good things to yourself out loud, and in your head and on paper. If you can't, if your head defaults to criticism sometimes, well, that's your head. It's not as powerful as words, so be very careful with the words that you say. And the things that you write is less powerful than your words in your heads, but still they hold power too. So be sure to always phrase things in the most positive way. When I love, over on TikTok, people just say, "I claim," and that has such a nice energy to it. It's like, this is mine, it's like, this is mine and this is now. Instead of throwing a, well, if this happened and that happened, and that maybe it would come to light or whatever, No, it's just like, hands out, I claim this, So I think that's really good energy. All right, well, let's get busy. Let us get busy. Okay, my list is not scrolling all the way back. It's only going to Gloria. Woo, 10, 10, 10. Wow, y'all show generous tonight. My best friend said, nope, triplets, 2 girls and 1 boy. Ooh. All right. Let's see. There. All right, so like I was saying, the daily dust today, I used the Wildwood Tarot, and it felt like it really good energy. So I think I'm going to turn this down for now until the sun goes down. Like that? I don't know. It's feeling good energy from the Wildwood Tarot today. So that will be our tarot for tonight. It's a really interesting kind of tarot too. It has different suits, and it's all about the wheel of the year. So it gives really good kind of pagan vibes. I like it. And then we have the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. I decided, since we're all like about woods and stuff, and then we have the Sacred Earth, we're just kind of doing like a woodsy theme. If anybody wants any of those, but this will be the oracle we use. Isn't that cute? I usually pull this out for autumn, but it's for any time. Okay. And Terry. Ooh, a lot of $10 readings tonight. It's going to be busy. Okay. Oh, no, let's do this for now. Okay. You know, I just want $5 and the rest is a donation. Oh, no, it's fine. Or you can get real specific about what you want. Okay. My phone's there. I know, isn't that exciting? All right, so who do we have first? We have Cheryl. Cheryl, are you here? Hey, what's been going on with you, girl? Good people vibes? Yeah, let's bring you somebody good. Let's see. No more misogynistic people. I kind of ran across a misogynistic person, sexist / misogynistic, and then I told my friend, who I thought was very open-minded and progressive and, you know, pro-lifer type, and they kind of sided with the misogynist. I'm like, oh, well, that's disappointing. And that was it. No more friends. 2 friends down. 2 friends down. Because these boys, they just need to know how to be men. And it doesn't matter any age. Exactly, right? Just like dads, even old people, young people, they need to, it's the times, you know. We as women need to teach these guys how we should properly be treated, and no more of this stuff that's been going on. All right, Cheryl. Ooh, you do have a good guy coming through. A hawk, the Knight of Arrows. So yeah, this is an air sign. It's going to be very honest, truthful, noble. He is like the eagle, rises above, you know. Let's find out more about the hawk. Because this book like really goes into detail about personalities. So I'm excited to see who comes through for you. Arrows. And arrows, yeah. So arrows represent swords. In I think, yeah, in this book. This tarot. Oh, wait a minute. Where? Okay. So the Knight of Arrows is, so in the Wheel of the Year, it is leaving Imbolc and going towards the spring equinox. So like February into spring equinox. And the meaning is quick and graceful and the master of the element of air. And the symbolism is vision and power, the ability to fly and nest at high altitude and see prey and hunt from a great height brings special reverence to this majestic and fearless creature. And so as a person in your life, this is a champion who rides to defend and uphold beliefs for himself and on the behalf of others. He has clear views and opinions and makes good advocate for those who have no voice. He's a friend who is never downhearted but always energetic and spontaneous. So that's really good. If it's something that's like an aspect, something that's kind of part of who you are, or part of somebody else, or something that's happening in your life, this is like, or something that like what Spirit wants you to know. Spirit wants you to know that as you go through this process, that there, or as somebody is going through a process, they might become sort of the hero. Like it's your firefighter. He's coming through again. But somebody who's like that, somebody who does work that helps others, and he's not just so self-centered, but he's broader minded. He thinks of groups. He thinks of you. He thinks of his Lois Lane. Like he thinks of others, and there's just too many men out there that are, you know, I hear, narcissists so much, but I think there's some people that are to the extreme narcissists, but I think there's a lot of people who are just plain egocentric, where it's just all about them, and they forget how they need to be relating to other people, especially and specifically to women who are, if they're interested in a woman, they have to learn how to relate to a woman, unless it's just going to be, for casual fun. But if you want to relate to a woman past that, then you have to step out of yourself and think about other people's feelings, So that's an aspect. There could be an event too, some kind of like serendipity, something speedy coming out. I know. Well, and in these lessons, many lessons, you're learning more and more about your boundaries, and you're valuing your worth more and more. And you're realizing what you used to put up with, and realizing, oh my gosh, I found that acceptable before. That's not good. But here I am now. I'm different now, and I will only accept what is, what is my worth. So anyway, I think that we're starting off with the hawk is really good for you. Let's keep going. I think a true hero is coming through for you. A good guy who thinks of more than just himself. But you know, he's sort of in observer mode right now. Like he's not gonna be like when you when he comes into your aura, he's not gonna be real obvious right away. But no worries. Ooh, you got the journey card. That's exciting. And the raven. The raven speaks of spiritual matters. So journey is the same as as death, as the death card. So it's like the transformation. It is, you know, leaving what you just did, you know, left one thing behind and now focusing on, and sadly we might have to do it a few times before we hit the jackpot, but I feel like try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. My mama taught me that. And yeah, something, I heard this message, or maybe it was Abraham Hicks, but something I heard that message where, or maybe it was you, Cheryl, but it flipped on a switch to something that Oprah said, because Oprah came from like nothing, and then she's one of those miracle people that say the word miracle a lot and see what happens. She's one of those people who she just kept doing it, trying over and over and over and over. And finally something clicked, you know, something finally shifted into place. And you try as much as you want, that's in the positive end of the spectrum, you know, all rituals and things like that. But anyway, the journey represents Halloween, Samhain, and it falls, October 31st, November 1st. And it is associated with the waning moon and the elements of water and earth. And it is the time where you connect with people, your ancestors, and people who have passed on. So one of the things that you could do now is also, I was thinking, call upon your ancestors, call upon anyone, but call upon Archangel Michael too. Call upon people, like when you're in a situation, even when you're not in a situation, when you just want something and you know that it's this something good for you, all you have to do is say out loud, God, or Archangel Michael, could you send God a message for me? Or Archangel Michael, if you have any way to help me attain this, could you do this? And, or whatever, God, goddess, deity, or not deity, higher self, but like really talk to your person, and basically it's praying. And I know that a lot of people like brush off prayers as if it's something that doesn't really work, but it does work. It has power when you say it out loud. And when I think, sometimes it helps when you focus on one particular guardian, like Archangel Michael. In my case, Archangel Michael, because sometimes he comes to me in readings, other people's readings, they'll be like, Archangel Michael has a message for you. And I'm like, I know, he's one of my main guides. And what did he have to say? He's like, anytime you need him, just call on his name. I'm like, okay, I keep forgetting to call up for help from Michael. But yeah, that's an example right there. But it doesn't have to be Michael. It can be any guardian that you feel connected to. So for some reason, that journey card brought that to me, that message. Call on your guardians. And both of them are birds. So it's like this feeling of flying higher, soaring, achieving heights. Okay. I'm gonna close this window. I moved my sofa out temporarily. I don't know why this is not It needs to be. Okay. Oh, your favorite uncles, Michael? That's cool. All right. Wow. So your favorite uncle is telling you, oh man, see, I feel like it's too bright. So you can, I want you to see the cards. Oh well. Whatever. So you got the Ace of Vessels, the waters of life. All right. So that is the Ace of Cups. It's like a downpour of this spiritual love and energy for you, and love of mankind, love of everyone, love of, but it can be a specific love that is going to be an amazing, abundant, glorious love coming through. And see how this waterfall sustains and nourishes the animals and the surroundings. So that's the kind of love that you're gonna find. I didn't brush my teeth. I did brush my teeth. All right. Okay. Usually, sorry. Usually, yeah, the Ace of Cups is about abundance of love, but I feel like this represents love in all forms too, and the way that love is our life force. You know, it sustains everything. Okay. So we're just going to keep it at 3 cards because I feel like that was really powerful stuff there. And then I'm going to see if the wisdom of the trees has anything majestic to say. And I think I might need to get one Romance Angel card to see what's coming in next. Ooh, you got the European beech tree. Look at that, that's really neat. And it's all about roots and going deep. So let's look at what the European beech tree is about. Oh, and roots also makes me think of the movie Roots. Oprah Winfrey. Oh my god, that's crazy. And also it makes me think of earth more than anything because it's in like super grounding really strong. So this one is one of those decks you have to really figure out what there it is. It's it's a flowering tree, flower, fruit, and seed tree. It's about sustenance. Just like I was saying, the waters of life is sustenance. So you need your food and you need your water. But it's, yeah, this sustenance coming through for you. My wood has been used for centuries, and my nuts provide food for animals. Yeah, look at that. I wonder if that's the tree that's behind there. That tree back there. And so it's like they're living off the water and the land, and the water provides the soil, you know, the water to survive, and it makes the tree grow, and then the tree bears fruit, and then the animals eat the fruit. It's like this is the perfect cycle of life right here. So I think that's the kind of message here. It's like the circle of life for you. Like, sustain yourself feed yourself, enrich yourself, give yourself what you need. And also, this tree, European beech, says, I hold onto my dead leaves each winter to give myself protection from the worst of the weather, and I will protect and sustain you too if you wish. Oh, that's so nice. So feel like, yeah, this is like loving arms wrapped around you, Cheryl. The beech tree has highly valued for centuries, and it's in ancient Celts and French worshipped the god Fagus, which has since become the botanical name for the beech tree, and beech mast, which is the name given to the nuts that the tree bears each autumn, were traditionally fed to pigs to fatten them for the market. And the nuts can also be roasted and ground to make coffee substitute, and oil extracted from them can be used to cook. And beech was also used as a disinfectant and an astringent in both Native American and Europe. And that's another thing, like, um, you know, you do whatever you feel is right for you, and this is in no way in replacing um, regular doctors and regular modern science, but I'm all about also looking into homeopathic remedies and nature's remedies, you know. So that's another thing here. Like, whenever you feel like, you know, spiritually you need some help, call upon Michael. Whenever, let's say, physically you have physical pains or whatever, call upon Michael, and also research, um, along with your regular doctor visits, research some other homeopathic soothing things. You know, things. There's something for everything. There's eucalyptus. There's tea tree oil. There's all kinds of amazing herbs and oils and seeds and nutrients out there, minerals that can be used for a number of reasons. And so I feel like that's important for us to look out for those things as well. Okay, Cheryl. I mean, it's a little kind of a weird reading, but I thought it was sweet. You know, I think it's like a beautiful kind of transition reading, like, you know, stepping out of one phase and let's moving on to the next new bright phase in your life, and feeding yourself and taking care of yourself and sustaining yourself while you transition to this next phase of good people coming through. And water. Ooh, I recommend Texas natural spring water. Well, you're allowed to feel any way you want to feel, but remember, you're not alone or lonely. You're enjoying your own company. Right? But I know you like being here with us. I like being here with you. Anytime you feel like reaching out, you know I'm around. Um, yeah, I want to get into some zodiac readings. All month I've been trying to get into the zodiac readings, and I need to send some mail out tomorrow. But besides that, I'm pretty available. And then Friday I got to take my cat back to the vet. But there you go. Like, I'm all open. I am open. I like that. That's nice. The tree reading. Alrighty, Gloria. Or Jolene, did you want to jump in and ask your um, pendulum reading? If you're still here. If not, that's okay. Excuse me. Wow, 15 people. Hi, Gloria. Okay, well, you go, Gloria. Hi, Growler. Y'all want to see something scary? Growler, you gonna come sit on my lap? Ooh, Growler? You wanna sit with me? Growler's the one that went to the vet today. Hi, Kiki. You wanna go outside? You wanna go out? No, you have to stay in because you are sick. Ow. Okay, all the cats decided to come in. You wanna see the kitties? There's Growler. There's Kiki. There's my missing sofa because I guess everything's all cleaned up and spiffy for the guests. Hi. Hi, Kiki. What you doing? What do you want to do, Growler? Want to go out? You guys need to come back inside. Okay, I'm going to kick you out and you're going to go out the door and you can't come in. He doesn't like to... Look, he's opening the door to get around Pumpkin. Pumpkin's lurking. Pumpkin, you want to come in? You want to... Okay, I think I need to let Kiki out, but Growler is not allowed to go out. The Kiki is so fickle. She's like in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay. I'll be right back. Pee there. Oh no, that's your feather. Are you gonna play with your feather or are you gonna in here? Okay, I'm back. This one's too close. I have to use this like the other circle. The circle one. See, it looks like that. Can you see it? I'll give you some behind the scenes. I'm sorry, guys. So this is my setup. Like this one is for those the card readings. This one is the beauty lamp. Okay. No. Sorry, Gloria. Okay. Oh, it's too hard to do charms. All right, I'm gonna do. Disney charms. Use this thing right here. Here. Okay. Ooh, that was a big one. Okay. Here you go for your charms. So you got the letter L. You have the little ducky. You have Belle, which represents, she represents unconditional love and entering the room with love. Somebody wants to give you a hug. Hug me. And you also have Aladdin, who is like the divine masculine, the diamond in the rough. You know, maybe he's got some work to do, but he's gonna pull through and be amazing. And then we have I don't know these filters. Okay. And then we have the Rapunzel castle. So sometimes it could be the feeling of being a little stuck, a little you know, a little cabin fever maybe, like wanting to get out, wanting to go explore and do something. That's kind of what this makes me feel like. Wanting to have an adventure. Like kind of but the tower feels kind of cool. Like it's like the potential for an adventure is about to begin. And then you have then the castle. This castle is like a happily ever after castle. And then you have this letter, you have K. And you have the pink pacifier, which means girl, and also represents, to me, like pacifier represents feeling peaceful, feeling satisfied, feeling pacified. Like that feeling of, oh yeah, I'm so cozy. You know, yeah. Like what a lot of things do for us when we're relaxing, you know, that kind of passive feeling. And then you have pixie dust coming through here, so like magic, and maybe a special night out, a date night, or some kind of dress up, doll up thing coming up for you. And I was just thinking of this. The genie has three wishes to grant you, and really miracles can happen. All you have to do is like really out loud say it. Just pick something up and rub it and say, Genie, I wish for $50,000. And then think of it in your mind what $50,000 would look like and feel like in your bank account for you to spend any way you want. Don't have to pay your debts off with it. You can do whatever you want with it. Just that excitement, you know, winning the lottery. Maybe you want more than that. Genie, I want $500,000. How about 5 million? What is it? $5,000 a week for the rest of my life, you know? Whatever. This Publishers Clearinghouse keeps telling me that's what I'm about to get. So, okay, I'm ready. And you have, especially you have this guardian angel looking out for you. So it's almost like having that, you know, it's almost like when you have angelic forces looking out for you all the time, it's almost like you're a miracle. It's almost like you're winning something because the protection is so wonderful and so important, you know, so bountiful, so meaningful. Let's see what, I'm gonna see what kind of tree you get. Oh, you got two trees. You got the Siggy tree and you got the Baobab tree. Let's see what Siggy is. They're both blue from the blue section. Okay, Baobab. Which means roots. So I am known as the tree of life because I can help people to survive the harshest living conditions. Whenever you call on me, I will give you emotional strength and spiritual sustenance so that you can cope with whatever life brings to you. Really beautiful. Girl, you want to come sit on my lap? Come on. Come on. Come on. No, he wants to go out. And he's feeling good, like, there's nothing wrong with me anymore. But there is still something wrong with you, Bella. You have a big hole in your chest. Anyway. Oh, see, and this is like a really talented tree because it used to make rope and cloth. Ooh, it's believed to be the gateway to the afterlife too, and it can live up to 3,000 years before rotting inside. 3,000 years. So that's what. It's funny that we were talking about amounts that we want to wish for. And I feel this feeling of why go low when you can go big, like 3,000 years, or $3,000 or $30,000 or $300,000 or $3 million, right? Anyway, exciting stuff. All right, so now we have the Sugi tree. Sugi, where are you? What? It's the blue tree. In the blue, there it is. It's in the blue section, but they're not alphabetical. So the Sugi tree looks pretty cool too. And it is about sacredness. I can remind you of the importance of finding connection with all the invisible spirits that surround you throughout your life. I can help you to honor them every day and to remember that all aspects of nature are sacred. Suddenly I got into my head for some reason Mulan and the temple where all the ancestors are. Why haven't I ever talked about the answers at Mulan's ancestors? But they're, the ones that are always grumbling and fighting with each other. And so it's a mix of bringing honor to the ancestors, but the ancestors are also helping you. And it's not about proving anything to them. It's just simply living your truth, right? And doing what you know is right. So I feel like there's this beautiful connection here in that way. There's this ancient connectivity. So your connection truly is, seems like an ancestor connection here for sure. Okay. And they grow in Japan. They're very sacred and old. They have a bit of vulnerability, but yet they have longevity. So just because something is old doesn't mean that it's not vulnerable, right? In fact, sometimes there's a reason why, things that are vulnerable can be older. Yeah, it's an interesting mix of things. Like people, when they get older, obviously, in general, like maybe their health goes down a bit. Although there's a lot of, older people who really, really stay healthy and strong and resist, the natural signs of aging. But there's this, I don't know if this is truth, but this is a message that we've always gotten, that we have an aging process where things don't function the same way. And because of that, things go down. And that's why elderly and young people too are the vulnerable age groups. But at the same time, they're so wise, and they have the strength of their years and the strength of their wisdom and the strength of their fortitude and their resilience. So all of that plays in. Strength, also strength in not even giving a bleep anymore, like just saying, I'm gonna live my life the way I want to. Yeah, sometimes the older people can be set in their ways, but sometimes it's like, wow, yeah, I just feel like there's a message there, maybe from your grandmother, but something like that. Like, don't be afraid to get older. Keep living your life as you're stronger. Also, that yeah, sometimes older people can be vulnerable. Sometimes, they might not be just like, okay, let's say people like your age or my age, even though we've lived a long time and we've had to deal with haters and bullies and people that have been verbally cruel to us, that doesn't make it any easier when we have to face those things again. Even though we've experienced those things, and it's like no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter. When people are cruel, it hurts. So I think there's also this compassion coming from ancestors as well, saying we know how it feels to be vulnerable in lots of situations, and you just got to keep, there is a good message here of like life and longevity and some kind of win in your favor. Like, all you have to do is wish for it. They're all like, I'm getting a lot from tonight. I'm getting a lot of spiritual energy helping from people, from ancestors, angels. So Cheryl had the archangels coming through. Although I think, Cheryl, you also have your ancestors are speaking to you too, and Gloria's got the ancestors coming through. But I'm feeling a lot of otherworldly energy. All this love and support for everybody tonight, specifically, but always, but specifically, I'm just really feeling that tonight. So in the general message for the collective, it's kind of like whenever you're down or feeling out, just know there is still something. There's something out there that's coming towards you. There is success, there is achievement, there is greatness, and a lot of what you want, if you want it, just have to ask for it. Just out loud ask for it. We're here, we're here, we're here. Keep like hearing them, just really wanting you to speak to them. Just like the little baby cherub, the little spirit baby cards, where that card comes out saying, please, mommy, daddy, speak to me at night before bedtime. Your past babies and future babies are asking that too, and they're part of your ancestors, because they may be in, visually you may see them in baby form, but they're just a soul like all the other souls, right? So yeah, okay. What else was I gonna get? Let me get, oh yeah, and I didn't get Cheryl a what's coming next card. Oh, she has a collection of angels. You know what? I'm gonna get this for you. This is a little mini version of this deck, and I rarely use it, but I think it's proper for you right now. See if there's any angel message coming out. All right, you have progress, not perfection. And the crystal is appetite. So don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. That's perfect. It's good for everybody. And we have malachite. Prosperity, I told you. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. Yes. Ooh, and look at calcite, so glowing and yellow. Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during these busy times and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Don't be busy for just the sake of doing stuff. But, of course, if you're being busy, good job. Oh, she prayed this rosary. My mom prays a rosary. And speaking of rose quartz. Love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. All right. And We have titanium rainbow quartz. I love that. So sweet. Multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're talking about. All right. And then as far as the rosary is concerned, Mary and Jesus are big in the rosary, a big part of the rosary. So they could be your guides too. Like Jesus has come to me in meditation a lot, and it's just my natural upbringing, I suppose. But he's the master that I've always trusted my whole life, and of course the way I learned about him is different than the way I think about him now. But nevertheless, Jesus is Jesus to me still, He's this he's this amazing, yeah, savior of the world, but prophet and teacher and guide and master, ascended master. So yeah, call upon those guides. You know who they are. You know who is specifically talking to you. All right. So your charms and everything just looks so pretty and colorful. So you got the purples and the golds going on quite strongly for you tonight. All right, guys. I don't mind doing charms. It's just not as ideal because of me showing my face. But I do not mind. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, why do I feel so thirsty? Okay, Luz. What's up, Luz? I would like to know if my journey is done in my current job at the hospital. Okay. We did talk about that a little bit last time, and it was feeling like it was time for you to move on. It was feeling a little like that. Let's see what we got today. Okay. Ooh, you got two of bows, decision. Bows. Is that wand? I thought that was wands. Maybe it's swords. Arrows is swords. So bows must be wands. So two of wands is actually pretty good. It's not like being all in your head like the two of swords. I feel like two of bows means you're going to definitely need to take some action here. There's no doubt about it. So there's a lot of fire. There's it's Oh my God, this terrible metaphor that my doctor gave me when I was pregnant with my son. But it had to do with the fire. Like there's a fire at one side of the building and there is a window in the other. And what do? You jump out the window because you don't want to get burned by the fire. It's like he's pretty much did this to me when it came to, um, you know, stop eating salt and lower your blood. I had to lower my blood pressure that last week because my blood pressure was too high. And he just like just cut out all salt altogether. And I did. I lost 7 pounds in my last week of pregnancy and kept that at bay. The preeclampsia or whatever, my high blood pressure. And so it's not like it's the exact same thing, but there is something there. There feels like a pressure here. It's like a pressure point, and you're gonna almost feel like you have no choice but to to go away from the fire, to the opposite side of the building. That's what it feels like to me. So that your decisions are awakened, and there's a gateway that stands open, and ready, yeah, and ready for you to take a positive action. And then beyond that portal, your goals can be fulfilled. Like that's sometimes why we're scared to leave one thing, because we fear like there's not going to be anything beyond. There's not going to be anything. That's why people fear death, right? Maybe sometimes because of the fear of nothing beyond the transformation. But the same with a lot of decisions we make. If we leave something behind, what is there going to be anything coming next for me? Is there going to be anything new for me? Pretty much like a lot of us tonight, like leaving relationships, or whether they were full-blown relationships or potential relationships or connections or whatever, that can be a kind of form of, of this transformation, this death, where you have to leave it behind, or you have to escape it. Sometimes you have to run very quickly from it if it's like a fire behind you. It's depending on the level, or the severity, the code. What is it? When you does like a fire in a building have codes, like code 1, code 2, code 3, or something like that? If anybody knows, let me know. So okay, so that's the first message. Oh, okay. It's like Spirit saying, that says it all in a nutshell. Okay, here we go. Ooh, the shaman. So I feel like there may be a big kind of gap or quiet period before you get to the shaman, but shaman is next. The shaman is the magician, and the magician's going to guide you to the next step or the next job. So there is going to be somebody coming through. It may come. See, coming after. And it's almost like universe sometimes challenges us. If you have the faith in yourself to let go of something, even though it was comfortable in some ways, then we're going to reward you with something new. But most people want to do this. They want to have the surety of having this next job before they leave that one. But I think the universe wants you to show them that you have faith in the universe, and that you're going to leave this because you have faith in the universe will bring you this. So the magician, and you're manifesting that next thing to you that you are worthy of. it all comes back to self-love. If you're doing things that are authentic to you and authentic to your unconditional love for yourself, then you're going to succeed, and you're not going to feel sick or pressured or stressed or, depressed or anxious, which are all things that lead to your unhappiness or your detriment, which is not what we need, right? Life is meant to live for fulfillment and happiness and joy and pleasure. And yeah, we're gonna have a mix of things in our life, which is normal and natural, but our goal is to have the good stuff. Our goal is not to reach for the unhappy stuff. Okay, and there you go, skill. You have a great skill, and it's going to be acknowledged, and people are going to admire you. You're not just a regular worker, you're a master. You're a master of some kind of trade, ability, whatever it is that you're good at, you are the best at it, and you are admired. And we have the Six of Arrows transition. So yeah, this could mean a move, but this is definitely leaving your current situation. You're too good for them. Yeah, you have all the skills and abilities you need to do anything anywhere, and if these people are stressing you out, you don't need them anymore, or they don't need this place anymore. So it's a very strong message there of go ahead and move on with your life. Your intuition is right about this. I felt like it was time, but I'm not sure if I could completely leave the healthcare. Yeah, I see. The magician, the shaman is kind of like a health person. A little bit different. It is. It really is. I've done it too. I was a school bus driver for 17 years. That was not easy. It was hard. And I was married for 14 years, and leaving that was one of the hardest things I ever have done in my life. Even if it was stressful and terrifying, in the end, I felt so much terror and anxiety and depression and all of that building up. Even with that, the habit of the connection, the habit of it all, the safety of it all, even if I sometimes didn't even feel safe, yeah, it is hard to make that decision. So you got the Monterey Pine. Let's see what the Monterey Pine is. The Monterey Pine looks really cute. Pine trees are nice. This is about purpose. What's your purpose? I grow tall and straight as I stretch ever upward toward the sky. My timber is used around the world, so I'm planted more widely than any of my pine cousins. I signify strength of purpose, and I can help you find your own purpose in life too. I love caring for people, but I also want to look more into being an entrepreneur or interpreter. Interpreter, cool. That's cool too. And it's not like you have to leave one thing forever, And sometimes, if you're lucky like me, like I was like, I want to be an actor, I want to be an artist, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I don't want to, like, I try one thing or whatever. And then I had kids, and like I just want to be a stay-home mom. And like, well, okay, if I'm a bus driver, then I won't be away from my kids too much. And so those are just choices that you make, and forever how long they last, but they doesn't always last forever. And sometimes, like this job here, the tarot job, combines a lot of my loves in one, so it's really great. Sometimes you get lucky and you find a job that combines. You can find ways to be an interpreter and healthcare provider at the same time. So, yeah, this is, yeah, strength of purpose. And this is about helping you find your purpose in life. Pines are highly valued for their timber, and this is one of the most highest resources of timber through all of the northern hemisphere. Also, medicinal preparation is like, ooh, maybe you can do you too. Okay, well, with the shaman and the medicinal pine, maybe there's some kind of homeopathic things that you can do to help people somehow, some way in that field. Maybe you're more of a healer yourself. You have spiritual healing qualities about you. So interesting. Something about your life path is coming through here. Let me get one of these guys. Let's see. Oh, that looks like a. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one because this looks like a Native American drum, tambourine, also almost one of those dream catchers, and it says alliance. And I feel like maybe with you there is people that you're going to connect with that will help you in the right direction, an alliance with someone. So yeah, networking. So your earthly meaning is saying make the most of your network, respond to pressure by reaching out to people of different levels of education, experience, age, views, or social standing, and be wary of pretension or selective equality. A challenge brings a reminder of the place you hold within a system, network, or group, and the rope of your influence. Healing can be found within cohesive relationships or close-knit group. Build strength through inclusion, structure, and connection. Think in 3 dimensions: past, present, future. So the spiritual meaning is that you are part of an amazing universe. We all are, and within and of creation, connected to, and therefore, okay, I'm getting, for you, like for Cheryl, we had angels, Glory, we had ancestors, and you, Luce, I'm getting starseed energy here somehow. So within and of creation, connected to, and therefore with access to all color of life's canvas, mortal body, immortal soul, living many lives in endless forms throughout existence. You are in every breeze, every feather, and every part of the sunrise. You are the love that underpins the all. Bring this connection to consciousness. Kind of deep, but I just feel like there's so much to you, so much more than sometimes you give yourself credit for. There's so much healing spiritually you can do to help people. Spiritual healing, you can teach people, and you can help people with your own skills. And I just feel like you're going to just really be growing your skills. And it's like the phrase, I'll believe it when I see it. Spirit's asking you to see it, and to see it first, and then you can believe it. Like, bring this, manifest it. The shaman, being the magician, is also the manifester. So bring this, see it, and bring it. Don't just say, I'll believe it when I see it. Say, I believe it, now I see it. Just have, the faith is what's really going to get you to that next phase. And it's not going to be completely without its little, bumpy waves, but it's going to be a pretty cool journey, a pretty nice. You got a nice boat, and you got nice seas, and a nice sky, and good wind. And just, it's a transition. This is not a tower moment. This is just transitioning. So if you do it like this, if you do it in small baby steps, you're going to be fine. If you wait too long, then this one might turn into a tower moment, You're feeling the courage, you're feeling the energy, you're feeling this desire to leave, and that's the right thing. That's the energy that Spirit's giving you to help you push towards your goals. So it's up to you if you want to take that energy and go with it, or stay in a safe place, which is just an illusion of safety, because obviously it doesn't feel safe if your root chakra is all bundled up in a tight knot. That's not safety, right? Your root chakra represents safety in your life. And when you're feeling sick to your stomach, or nauseous, or anxiety, then that means you don't feel good in your life. That's the clue right there. So what would you need to do to make that, to alleviate it, to relieve it, to give yourself some Pepto-Bismol or Tums or something? What is the Tums of your life? What is the best antacid? Alrighty then. I don't think you're going to be completely leaving the healthcare system, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be still part of you. It's going to be part of you. Always. Your love of helping people. You're welcome, honey. I hope that helped. Whew. All right. So, Miss Fred, let's do some shuffling here. Okay. Miss Fred, are you there? Elizabeth. Esmeralda. Guacamole. Being an interpreter is such a lovely way to help people. It sure is. Okay, let's do you, Terry. Or guacamole. I don't know. Where did everybody go? There's Esmeralda. There's Miss Fred. Okay, Miss Fred, you're next. There's a little bit delay, I think, on here. This one is really shuffled with reversals. I just don't really feel like writing reversals. Actually, this deck doesn't give you reversals definitions, so why should I see some reverse in this? Okay. So, Esmeralda? I think Esmeralda. Oh, Miss Fred, you're right. You're next. Okay. So uplifting messages about your twin flame journey. Okay, great. Yes. Let's see about Miss Fred's twin flame journey. What's it looking like? Give us the deets. Give us the sneak preview. And the post preview. Chapter 1, Chapter 2. The beginning, the middle, the end, the finale. Okay. You have... It's like it started with the Page of Stones. So that's the Page of Pentacles. It's like this offering. It's like the foundation, the beginning, the first phase. And then the Ancestor came out. And the Ancestor feels like, you know, the guardian angel. And the people looking down on you, protecting you, guiding your journey together. So let's see what Page of Stones has to say in here. So this is the links, and the position in the wheel is from midwinter to Imbolc, so like middle, like somewhere around December to February, something like that. And is that around the time that you guys met? Did you guys meet in winter? So the still foundation in mountain woodlands in parts of Europe, the lynx is one of the creatures at the very top of the food chain, with its speed and cunning combined with its ability to climb trees. It is a formidable hunter as well as a fierce protector of its young. Very nice. So this is all about, okay, this is all about the physical realm, and so maybe the next thing, there may be a major event happening this winter for some reason, because the Ancestor has all this snow around her, you know. And so I'm going to read this as an event than a person. Oh, let's see what the person. Someone with common sense and dedication who enjoys learning skills that improve efficiency or lead to prosperity and comfort. As a friend, he or she values the authentic aspects of your character. Can be idle, good. Okay. Okay. So sometimes this person can, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe Jefferson in the past has been sort of like idle or not very ambitious or something like that, but he's like there's going to be a huge change for him. So in the journey takes two, right? And sometimes it's the growth of, generally the divine masculine does most of their growth on the physical level, on the 3D level, and the divine feminine will do most of her growth in the 5D level, and then they'll combine their energies and rise above, do their ascending. So the ancestor represents the Hierophant, I believe. And the position on the wheel is between winter and spring. And the ancestor stands at Imbolc, which is February 1st, and she's associated with the new moon in the elements of earth and air. And she's kind of like, she's sort of a guide, a tour guide. She's a protector and a tour guide at once. A lot of times, I don't know, yeah, we're getting female energy with this deer stag. It's like she's like both the masculine and the feminine mixed in one, because the stag is a masculine and yet she's dressed femininely, so there's sort of both masculine and feminine energy. That's kind of, and maybe you and Jefferson combined energy would be something like this, yeah, and to me, this is like walking a path together, a path where you're bringing enlightenment and helping others with their journey as well. So that's part of your mission. I feel like this could be mission work for you and Jefferson together. But there's just a few more things that on his path that he has to achieve before he can combine with you, and then you can join together on your mission. A lot of us, including me, repeat the same mistakes until we learn them. And some of that is just plain self-awareness. And when you start to see your patterns over and over again, then you and it becomes so obvious, like a Groundhog's Day. You're like, okay, I've got to do something different, because I'm not going to stay in Groundhog's Day forever. I'm not going to repeat this day forever. I'm going to move out of this phase, out of this cycle. So, and you know how when cycles happen, there's always that point where you feel like, oh, you're so close, like you're almost there, you've almost made it, you're almost to enlightenment, or you're almost awakened, you're almost, and what is it? Trigger a shift or something, and you just kind of slip back into that cycle again. You just kind of slip out of, it's almost as if, when you go to the top, it's almost as if it's a number 6, right? You're going around and you think, okay, I can get out of this now. It's a 6, but no, it turns into a 0 again, or and you're looping around again. Or it turns into infinity, 8, where you're doing this. One of these days, it's gonna be a 6 where you can, it's like, burst out of that loop. Not you. Think Jefferson and me and other people like us. And the best thing you can do is, like, anything minor in your life that you feel any like bad habits or whatever, the more you work on those those cycles for yourself, that's the more you help your partner as well. You can't, it's just like you're meant to uplift your partner and they're meant to uplift you, but there'll be times where they uplift you, but it's when you're feeling down or falling down. And if they don't, it's like it doesn't matter. It's unconditional. You still have to constantly think about you and your partner and lift you both up, right? So that's the cycle that you have to constantly go through until they finally get to that level. It's almost like, I don't know if it's speed or momentum, but like say he's here, y'all are together like this, and he's like, and you maybe sometimes you do this, sometimes you're writing it together. When you're writing it together, it almost feels like, whoosh, you're gonna like launch, right? But when you're writing it together and then something gets off and your timing is off, the rhythm is off, communication's off, separation, and it's like trying to get that flow back again so you can build and build to get to the crescendo and launch out of your cycles together so you can get to your ascension, so you can get to your mission work, so you can get to all those things that you were meant to get to. All right. Okay, and you also got skill. And this is perfect because it's the skills that you have, your talents, and the things that you're good at, and the mastery that you do on a daily basis. Those are the things that feed your energy and bring in that good, the good, feed the good energy, put out that good energy, feed in that good energy, that beautiful cycle of energy in and out, perfecting your skills, just like practice makes perfect. And there is no such thing as perfection, right? But achieving and striving for greater knowledge, better you, all of that, I think that's what may be going on here for both of you. But I think that you are mostly helping to, you're helping in your kind of in your vision. And you got the horse chestnut. All right, let's see. So what the cards that are coming, the way the cards aren't coming out are not necessarily the beginning, the end, and a middle and the end of their journey like a book necessarily. I feel like we're starting from about right now and what's next to come and what's next to do, but it's getting better. Hi, ASMR Sacred Dimension. Thank you. So welcome. Are you you're a sparkle of light? So horse chestnut. Consideration. Yeah, you have a lot of compassion and consideration. You're caring about your fellow man, other people besides yourself. And so this is saying, the message here is, my shiny brown fruit has many practical uses, yet children enjoy playing with it too. I can teach you how to consider the advantages and disadvantages of everything you came across to help you gain greater wisdom and understanding. So what's going on for you? What's going on for you is just more wisdom, greater knowledge, as you are waiting for the cycle bus, waiting for his bus to come by so you can hop on and go outer space together. In the meantime, you're not just sitting at the station, you're doing things, you're reading things, you're learning things, you're growing. So this horse chestnut got its name from the 16th century Turkish soldier. And The Turkish soldiers used to feed the brown fruits to their horses. A single specimen of the tree was sent to the botanical gardens in Paris, where from its popularity spread children like the tree because they play with their fruits, attempting to smash their opponent's chestnut with their own, a game known in Britain as conkers. The fruits, which are toxic, they're toxic when eaten raw, were used in the past to make soap. Creams made from them are useful in relieving venous congestion. Some of these are medicinal aspects of these cards. I'm going to have to write things down. Yeah, so conking. So your message is about consideration, and we got like a child energy here. Maybe future children, maybe that you know, when I think of children, I think of sometimes the fool, the innocence, the um, learning things. And thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Okay, well, have a wonderful night. I love your little profile picture. That's neat. It's beautiful. All right, so let's see what's coming up next for you guys. Oh, falling in love. Do you remember when you fell in love? All right. So you've got to give each other the benefit of the doubt. And I think you do. Give your relationship a chance. You always do. And with the twin flame, it's like every time you're together, you feel like you're in love over and over again. Do you remember that night where you were drawn together like magnets? It's always going to feel like magnetism. It's never going to end, that magnetic pull to each other, no matter the space, the time, the distance, always magnetic. But for you, there may just be a night where you get to feel each other physically and be drawn to each other like this, which would be very nice, like a party. He looked at me and smiled from across the room. See, that's what I felt. Ooh, and see, you're in a spiritual soul path. You particularly, Elizabeth, are evolving due to your connection to Jefferson. So this is really feeding you and elevating you nicely. Him too. I'm just saying, you guys are individually growing, and then soon will grow together, or you also grow together, but there'll be more of the togetherness. I see that, you know, like you're in a separation now, but when you're in a separation, it's important to grow individually, and then when you come back together for union or reunion or whatever, then it'll be a whole different dynamic. I love like their faces, and all of these are like it feels like magnets. It's like I know all romance novels do that, but these specifically have that. This is like, and this is like, it's like a little bit of surrender, you know, surrendering to the moment. So it's gonna feel really nice. There you go. And you got your twin flame card came out. You already recognize each other, but sometimes you forget. You forget how, whenever you see each other again, you forget how much that connection was the last time. You're like, "Dun," you know, it's like, oh yeah, you're quite freaking amazing. I forgot all about how amazing you are, and how like looking into your eyes is like looking into my soul, and oh yeah, you know, it's like that. It's like recognition all over again. And you know this soul that mirrors your own. This one came out too. Oh my god. Both twin cards came out. What? I got goosebumps all over. That is crazy. Oh my god. So yeah. All right, there is just no doubt. So yeah, I feel like union, reunion for you, it's a multiverse, multi happening. You know, it's not just something that happens once or twice. It's something that happens, but every time it happens, it's like feels like the first time. You know, it feels like that. It feels like, whoa, just like the falling in love card. It feels like the first time you fell in love. It feels like that all over again. Feels like the first time. I feel like that one was important. We should pull that one out too. Feels like the very first time. Feels like the first time. Okay. Yes, it does. Oh, I'm in love with you again and again and again. Yeah, they're the one. That's why it was on the bottom of the deck, because they are the one. Jefferson is the one. He's the twin flame, and you just know it every time you see him. So, what do we do about it? Yeah, we just pretty much we went through that. Spirit is just asking you to continue to do your good works. Let's see. Let's just get a little angel, crystal angel message here. One of the earliest things that tipped me off that my connection with him was extraordinary was that he mentioned feeling drawn to Florida before I even told him I was from there. See? Yeah. So we have, ooh, look at that. See, mission work, aquamarine, divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. That's enough for me right there. Oh, did you want a lot of messages? Okay, let me see. I don't have my message stuff close by. Is this good enough? Oh, I know. I can give you a hug. Oh, no. Okay. I don't have Queen Sugar's cards right here tonight. We'll do that on Friday so you can see the messages in my hands and stuff. I know you guys are in Friday withdrawals since we missed last Friday. Oh, there you go. Jefferson's always got his mind on that. I want to make love to you. And you are wonderful. Okay, baby? Okay. There you go. There you go. Nothing's missing. You're always together. Always. Oh, my back is getting sore. Okay. I feel like I'm going to go get a cola. It's sugar-free cola because I need bubbly, but I'm out of my bubbly water. Oh, I don't know. I wanted cold water, but there's no bottles in the refrigerator right now that I know of. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more water. Some liquids. Okay. It's me. Let's shuffle these for you. Bless you. Just general? Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Somehow the spirit guides have been coming out really strong. Let's see. Ooh, you got the green man. Very nice. The green man is the emperor. That's good. This kind of represents your divine masculine is on their way, maybe. We'll look more into that guy. And possibly the timing connected. Well, let's go ahead and read them now. Let's see. The green man. There's a green man and a green woman. The green man's also lucky, like money-wise, it's luck. So both a masculine and money coming to you. And on the position on the wheel, it is the green man stands with the green woman at the summer solstice. And we just had summer solstice, so this is kind of like now energy. This is the time of the greatest warmth with the sun at its highest point in the sky. Fire is the element associated with this time. So he's got a very serious stare and the sunlight is radiating and it's all about a regenerating nature. It's funny how like the Empress is all about nurturing and nature, and the Emperor is all about authority and leadership and control. But when it comes to the Green Man, when we're coming to pagan aspects, everything is about nature and nurturing and growth. And so the masculine takes on these qualities too. So you're going to find somebody who reminds you in some ways of the nurturing qualities of the Empress, but also of the masculine strength and authority of the Emperor. Somebody who has these combined in his beautiful pot of his elixir. I'm also getting like fountain of youth qualities here, like something about being with this guy. You feel like you're gonna live forever or something. Feel like you're going to always be young with this person. Okay. Whoa! So you're getting the love rating tonight. So the lovers came out. Forest lovers. Yeah, definitely. And the green man, it's like mixing this. It's kind of like he's setting the scene for the lovers, for you and your person, but also as personality type. And we have two major arcana cards, which is a lot of universe, spiritual help. I feel like for you it's like planetary. Okay, so here we go. We had Cheryl had angels, Gloria had ancestors, Luce had star seeds. Miss Fred, I think Miss Fred was completely connected with her twin, and her twin, twin flames can be each other's guides. And then Esmeralda, I'm getting for you like um, planetary assistance, like in astrology and alignments, and like, oh, like solstice, and yeah, astrology and lunar cycles and harvest days, all connecting with earthly things, just like the moon controls the tides on the earth. All of that is what connects you. Well, let's see what the Forest Lovers has to say in the book anyway. And the time of the year, or the position of the wheel for the Forest Lovers is, this is a very big book. It's May and the Festival of Spring. It's the Beltane, the Maytag. And this is where the bows and the arrows balance together, the fire and air elements, and fertility. This is Robin and Maid Marian. Sometimes they go by different names, but that's their general. And there's the maypole. So it's all about balancing relationships and sexual union too, with very different people, like very yin yang, very opposites attract kind of energy for you. Okay, let's see what else. Okay. Woo! Look at that. You get the twin flame card of this deck, which the Four of Bows. Bows is wands. Okay, so this is not like four upright wands making like a little pergola or something where you can see the sign 1111. What it is a bunch of heathen pagans dancing around with their wands in the, around a bonfire, just having a good old time. But it can also represent a wedding reception, a party of any sort, something very exciting happening for you, some kind of major celebration coming through, a place where you might meet your person at a party. A lot of passion and fire going on. This looks like it also could be like very sensual and sexy energy. Oh, it could be like a nightclub. Yeah, the way like certain music's like boom, 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 and everybody's kind of moving with the music, boom, and a lot of people are drunk or tipsy, and it's just like that kind of energy. Something like that could be happening here. That's what I'm feeling. And then you have the Knight of Vessels. So the green man could represent that this is your divine masculine, and it could represent some of his qualities, but I think the way you'll see him first is more like the Knight of Vessels, the eel. So that's the Knight of Cups, which represents love, cups and love. And let's see what this night's going to be like. Oh, I flipped right to it. So the position on the wheel is the autumn equinox, so it could be coming up pretty soon. And the eel is a wise protector. According to Irish myth, certain eels could turn into weapons when wielded by a warrior. I'm not going to pronounce this. Maybe I'm going to try, okay? Cuchulain's famous spear, the Bolga, derives its name from the eel, and the war goddess of Morgan assumed that form in battle. The eel swims where weeds and cresses drift. All right. Anyway, so as a person in your life, this is a charming, cultured, and gallant person, sensitive and imaginative. He takes dreams seriously and he runs on high emotional current. As a friend or a lover, he is attractive, congenial to be with, exploring the shores of love and friendship imaginatively. He can be seductive, smooth talker who plays the field, or an addictive personality who plumbs the depths of his own fantasy. That's funny because, okay, so water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and I just introduced you to my son who's a Pisces, and definitely those are some of his qualities. Well, being a Pisces, he likes to be in the realm of the fantasy, which works fine with me because I'm the fairy, of course. And of course, like, who would a fairy, what would a fairy birth? Kind of an imaginative child, I would think. So yeah. Uh, my little elfin boy. He's not so little and elfin, but he'll always be like a little elfin boy. Anyway, not saying that your person is him, but you may run across somebody similar to that, somebody with water energy. I've been having dreams of being with a guy. Never remember his face, but lots of hugs and interesting stuff. See, that's that love energy coming through already for you. All right. You got the cherry tree. I'm going to read the cherry tree for you. So what good is a cherry tree? What good is a cherry? That's a lot of good. Cherries are so sweet. Suggy. Cherries. Fruit. Why can't I get to it? Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Ooh. So, oh, yeah, it's not blue. Yay, you got cherries at work. It's delicious. You're a fairy too, Terry. So the cherry is about purity, because we're so pure. Oh, I've never been touched. Anyway, think of my beautiful flowers glinting in the sunshine. Imagine them dancing in the breeze to signal the death of winter and the birth of spring. I'm connected with the cycles of nature and can show you how to become one with them. So this fragile beauty symbolizes purity and spring, and in mythology, the symbol of Konohana is the younger daughter of the mountain god, and she also is the main goddess of Mount Fuji, and there's a lot of shrines built for her. So in order for that volcano not to erupt. So the cherry tree bark is used in cough medicine, and also other kind of Chinese medicines, and the cherries themselves are considered to have warming properties. It's so warm. Very nice. Right way up. So do not complicate your life with anxieties, Concentrate on the beauty of nature and trust in the endless cycle of all living things. Keep your thoughts and intentions pure and honest, and treat others with an open, loving heart. So it's not, it's not about purity as far as, you know, intimacy with people. You can definitely indulge in your intimate qualities if you want to. It's about purity of thought and action, and like in your truth, being true to yourself, being true in your expression, not playing games and things like that. And that's how this person comes through to you. Like, this is not a this is going to be a very different person. It's not going to be one who's so like talks around things, like they're going to be very very open with you, but it's going to be more than that. It's like you're going to intuitively know what they're thinking, and the expression, like what they say, something like you'll be able to finish their sentences in a way that you're actually almost feeling the same thing at the same time. So it makes it a little bit easier to communicate. Sometimes though, this kind of communication, the hardest part is when Mercury goes into retrograde. So here's your astrology on this, because it shifts things in a spiritual plane, and which affects the 3D dimension, right? The third dimension that we live in. It follows a particular set of rules and patterns, and it's hard to communicate in this dimension if we are very spiritual and we're connecting in a 5D, or the planets kind of go against communication, like Mercury retrograde. So it's important to just be open-minded during certain periods of miscommunication with people. But I feel like, all in all, some really good stuff is coming towards you. Like, really good. There's your cherry tree. There's your green man, the lovers, the big party. Could be a concert. I just hear music when I see this card. And it's like boom, 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 like a beat. And the snake is like somebody that's coming towards you. Not snake, eel, pretty quickly. Like somebody who's the love. This is the Knight of Cups, the love knight, coming towards you. Okay, very nice. So just stay your course, stay pure. Like, don't mess it up with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you do that when you you feel like you're doing everything, you're sticking to a certain habit or something that's good for you, and you just want to stay pure in that, and you don't want to deviate in any way. I feel like whatever path you're on, that's what their spirit is saying. Just, that's the right way to go. Keep going and don't deviate, because you're in a pure place to get to the goals that you want for yourself, that your true self, basically. That's the kind of all of that in a nutshell. All right. Cherry trees. I know. I would love to see cherry trees too. Something like that. Yeah. A pure mindset. Exactly. Like unfiltered. Well, it's not about filters, but it could be like, yeah, it's just like no, when you think of pure, you think of no dirt, no residue, no nothing to obstruct or obscure a message. Just take a message or something that you see or read as pure, and also pure as in not manipulative. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, exactly. You take a message as in its purest context, and don't read in ulterior motives or something like that. That could be helpful for me too. Anyway. Something like that. To me, pure of heart and mind means being non malicious, non judgmental, and not given into cynicism and negativity. Yeah. hmm Unsullied. Like, I'm trying to think an example. And yeah, you have pure heart made of all sugar. Mm-hmm. You do. I'm a lot like that, and people often remark that I'm innocent for my age. Yeah, that could be it, yeah. Purity sometimes is connected to innocence because most of the time, maybe we have trust, give people the benefit of the doubt, don't see the ugly. We see, well, they were just being nice, or they just wanted to do that. Or I can't imagine them being jealous. I'm sure they have, plenty, they have enough that they wouldn't be envious or jealous. Like it kind of surprises you sometimes a person might go a certain way if you have sort of a purity. But if you've been around a while, the cynical can come in. So purity, like to me, purity is Virgo. If you're a Virgo, like if you're a triple Virgo, then maybe you're you understand purity. If you're a Virgo moon, you might get it a little bit like me. But, I have the skeptical Scorpio sun that can get in the way of the purity of the Virgo. I think they're a good balance though. Like cuz sometimes being a little bit too innocent can also mean a little bit too naive in a situation as well. But purity is a good thing. That's funny, in the Letterman deck, purity is represented by the lilies, and simultaneously it represents sexuality in all forms and libido and passion. So purity and passion are kind of like on the same card, but opposite sides of the same card sometimes. And I mean passion as in sexuality, not just passion. Sexually, I shouldn't say not necessarily promiscuous, but just highly sexual. Let's put it that way. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, so that's funny when thinking about it because Scorpio represents the sign of sex and Virgo represents the sign of the Virgin. So you put those two together and you're like, you come across so sexy and like you've been around and done all this stuff, and then the Virgo's like, but I haven't really. I'm just a little baby. I'm just a little, I don't know much. Oh, you're a Scorpio as well. That's right. I think you said that before. So yeah, I don't know if you have any Virgo in your chart, but maybe if you but the eel was a Scorpio, so maybe you're gonna connect with another water sign, or that represented you, and you're traveling to someone. But yeah, maybe this is also about your approach to love has to do with showing a different side of you, not this. showing the innocent side. One of my old co-workers' crushes from years ago was a Virgo. Okay. Well, Guacamole doesn't want a reading. Guacamole, where did you go? Blackie. Hey. What's going on, girl? I just been waiting. Nope, it's your turn is right now. Oh, Virgo and Mars, interesting. Mars and Virgo is kind of like the same thing as me, is like that Scorpio sun and the Virgo moon. It's like Mars is about passion and Virgo's like, ooh. It's like, what do I do with this energy? I want to come across lustful, I'm coming across lustful, but yet, no, don't touch me. But and then to top it off, I have a Venus in Capricorn, which means I want to be courted and wooed and treated like a lady, So I have all this Scorpio sex appeal, but I want to be treated like a lady, and I want you to talk to me nicely, and I want you to say, be polite, and I don't want you to assume things like I'm gonna jump in your bed tonight, and it's like, yeah, I just. All of that. You just need some messages about my love life. It's brutal out here. I was just thinking today, the dating world is so complicated and difficult. And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't get that much easier when you're in a relationship. Like the relationship is hard too. It's like once you find somebody, there's no guarantees in that either. I mean, you work really hard in the dating realm to find the one you connect with. I think that's important though. Like what you're doing, I'm proud of you, and what Cheryl's doing. I'm proud of anybody that's dating, and what the bachelorettes are doing. I'm watching the bachelorettes. What they're doing, like whittling it down, like be very specific of what you want, and it can be heart wrenching to go through rejection and cannot be heart wrenching to reject the others. But ultimately, if you're trying to find a relationship that lasts a while, that you stay with, you want to get it right as best as you can during the dating process, I guess. I guess that's what it's for. Oh, it's also confusing to me. I before I met my kid's dad, I didn't date very much at all. And I didn't go on a whole lot of dates with him before we got pregnant, kind of. I mean, we were very careful and everything, but that didn't matter. Got pregnant anyway. And it was not a very good timing, but, well, there was some kind of destiny there. All right. That went beyond, to be honest, I think I manifested it because I wanted children so bad. So he's kind of like, he facilitated that. Anyway, let's see about guacamole. Oh, girl. Yay, look. You got the 9 of vessels. So that's the 9 of cups. Your wishes are coming true, guacamole. See how I was saying earlier today, try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try and again. And that's the kind of energy I was getting in today's daily dust. It was like, abundance galore, because you have been steadfast. You're sticking to it, and you're not giving up, and you just keep trying, and you're trying and trying. And eventually the universe is like, we gotta give this girl what she needs, And look, it's this is called injustice, but Oh, the Two of Arrows. I felt like this was the Justice card. I feel like that's like the Two of Swords, but this is kind of like you, like a Libra energy. But sometimes Libra energy is really good. Being who you are, great. Be who you are. Be aware of the things that hold you back. So you are an air sign and you're very mental, and so you go into your head a lot. The other thing is Libras are so awesome about weighing things. You know, it's great because it's about fairness and it's not rushing to judgment. There's no rushing involved. There's a nice methodical weighing of things. But the weighing of things, as good as it sounds, also can be can put you in a stagnant energy where you're just back like this a lot, and you need to have more of this, you know, like not this, but like, you know. Anyway, so, and I know I believe you were like me and have an Aries North Node, so I feel like what you're doing is great because you're taking action. Even if it's scary. And so keep doing that. And the fact that these two are together, like injustice, but the generosity, the wheel, the fortune, not the wheel of fortune, what am I saying? Could be, but the Nine of Cups, the good luck is saying it's like after all this period of time where you're feeling unjust, imbalanced, not getting the things that are right for you, your dreams are going to come true. You know, the things that you're hoping for and wishing for will actually come true. I'll look into the Nine of Vessels a little bit too, since I've been doing that for everybody. So generosity. This cross-legged figure sits with his arms spread as if in blessing. Energy flows from him in all directions, downward into 3 vessels below, upward into 3 vessels above, and the 9th vessel sits in a hollow formed by his legs. And that's the chakra point. This is like nature's open-hearted spiritual cauldron, has a welcome for those who approach the waters of knowledge and compassion. They are blessed by regeneration. It's about cyclical life. You know, that's exactly what I'm saying. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Okay. All right, so now let's see. That's the message for tonight. Ooh, this is good. Look. Ooh, gosh. The pole star. This represents the star. And I think it's it's like serendipity. It's a very special time in the calendar. Let me check on that. Calendar. Ooh, the pole star. This is Imbolc, February 1st. Everything tonight is Imbolc, okay? It's associated with a new moon and universal love, and it stands between the elements of earth and air. It's like nighttime illuminating, and the universe is casting its radiance upon the earth. You too are getting sort of the star seed energy here too. Yes, your wish is coming true. Almost like a genie. A genie. Oh, yes. Yes. Right? Didn't we say rub that magic lamp? Say it out loud. You're another one of those people that have to rub your magic lamp and out loud say exactly what it is that you want. Genie, please, I would like to have a companion who is, well, don't have to use my words, right? Who is honest, caring, thoughtful, will be a nice balance to my personality, someone I can connect with, grow with, have a family with, and live happily ever after with. There you go. And then let universe bring you your magic, the thing that you wish for. Oh, there he is, the King of Bows. Wow. Look at that sexy King of Bows. Okay. The King of Bows is an adder. The King of Bows. Bows is wands? Or, yeah, wands. It's an air sign. Oh, an air sign, huh? No, not a, yeah. No, a fire sign. Okay, King of Bows. King of Bows. Okay. Hey, Mr. King of Bows. This, the position on the wheel is around Beltane, or moving away from Beltane. So these serpents entwining, it's almost like, ooh, it's like a sexual dance. It could also be the Kundalini rising. This is earth energy rising from the ground into the air, intertwining as if a male is kind of like dancing with a female, like a mating ritual. And there, it's a magical power balancing the healing arts. So if this is a person, this is an honorable and magnanimous person who stands out from the crowd and takes command, a friend who takes charge when no clear leader is present, an attractive partner full of charisma, and someone who needs to, maybe who will make a mark on the world. Like, it says brand everything with their mark, but I don't see it like that. I think like they make a mark, like they could be famous, or they just they want to be known for something, so they leave their mark behind, something like that. And I'm getting, what was I getting from him? So in this one romantic show I was watching, the initial connection this lady was having with this guy, she wasn't really feeling it too much, or I don't know, she was confused in her feelings. She was expecting that she would be more attracted to somebody who had swag, whatever the heck that meant to her. But I think that's what this means. Like, this person's gonna have swag. Like, something about them is gonna make you go, whoa. It's like gonna be, it's like you're gonna feel it down there, you know. It'd be surprising. And but for her, like, she didn't feel the swag feeling until they got to know each other a little bit more. And he did some like really surprising things to catch her attention, to keep her interested, to keep her in his vicinity, to stay near her, to just to have the opportunity to spend more time with her. And by doing that, it may be slightly game playing, it might be a little bit of courtship, dancing, mating, whatever rituals. But by doing that, he kept her interested long enough for her to realize she was falling for him. And that was what came out and what's important. And you're gonna be faced with a decision when this person comes around. For you, this fire feels different, though. For you, it's not like the fire coming back at you and you have to jump out the window. For you, this is a fire kind of coming, like, you're feeling it. It's like, okay, and this passion, it's this feeling of, it's now or never. I'm going to plunge into this situation. I've been kind of careful before, but this time I feel like not being careful. This time I feel like being a little bit more passionate. Yeah, and it's definitely feels like fire for you. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna do the trees. I'm gonna get, I think you need, because this is like a love reading. Let's see. Ooh, disguise was at the bottom. Okay. A psychic connection. I get that, like, a little bit of what Esmeralda had too, where you complete my sentences, that kind of ease in a connection. Like, like this almost feeling like you don't have to say anything because you know this person is going to say the same thing as you or feel the same way about you in a particular moment. At the same time, those kinds of feelings can be disconcerting because you want to actually verbalize things. You want to verbalize things with the person because it's almost like you need sort of you need to hear it documented out loud or documented on in text, you know. But there's something about this connection that goes beyond words, and it's beautiful and exciting, but it's also a little bit unnerving at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yes. This is going to be hot when this happens. Feeling hot, hot, hot. You're gonna feel passion down there, and you're gonna feel like mental connection, like you really want to do a mating dance under the stars. Like all the injustice of your world is disappearing, and all the good luck cups are coming in. Yeah, that's what I see. Okay. That's what I see. Psychic connection. That's good, because I think that's one of the things that is going to help you to get out of your monkey mind. I should say logic is fine, but the monkey mind, where it's that overthinking and it's like in your head. This person's can help you get out of monkey mind and go. You're gonna go into a different realm in your brain that you haven't felt before, and you'll be like, you've tapped into it in your dreams, but when it happens in real life, you're gonna be like, "Ow, stars above!" That's what everybody's talking about. Yeah. Okay. Love, only in my dreams. It was only in my dreams. La 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 la. Only in my dreams. This fire. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. Snakes and fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Fire! There you go. Terry, you're up now. Sorry, I'm being a little goofy. Okay, Terry, general reading. What do you see for this upcoming week? Okay. Doing the weekly makes me want to get out the Lenormand, but well, I'm going to use the tarot. Oh, thank you. Okay, Gluttony. Half zombie, half delicious food. Look at that, Terry. You got the Three of Vessels. Joy. Joy to the world. That's the Three of Cups. I don't know if you're planning a party or going to go out somewhere, but you're going to feel good wherever you go. Oh, your boys and girls. And you have Five of Bows. Empowerment. Nice. And look at, oh my gosh, look at this guy. Okay. Okay, talk about empowerment. I see your empowerment. You need some joy and empowerment. I'm curious about this version of empowerment. So bows is swords. Five of Swords is supposed to be like the hollow victory. Let's see. Four unfletched bows. Staves lie like off. What? Like offerings before a mighty figure of the Cern Abbas giant who holds a fifth in his hand, an ancient emblem of fertility. He is long seen as an opener of the ways. So far I'm getting that somebody is going to be very excited about you, or you're going to be very excited about somebody. There is high libido and joy in the air and a party environment and atmosphere. And so this is like facing and defeating your greatest fears, empowerment in yourselves, and resilience and being effective against adversity. Maybe there's somebody that's like this, that you're going to be like impressed, like it's opposite of that don't impress me much. So maybe somebody's going to be peacocking for you. Yeah. And you're going to like it. You're like, well, gosh, you don't have to do all that for me to get my attention, but that, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, something like that. Just kind of this nice show off attitude to get your attention. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. Okay, let's see, anything else? It's like, are you happy to see me, or okay, are you happy to see me, or is that an empowerment in your pockets? Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, somebody's gonna get jealous. So this person is liking you, but there's somebody that likes them. They're like, oh, you're giving somebody attention, blah, 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 blah. So be on the lookout for the annoying jealous person that's hovering around this really nice guy who's excited about you, maybe. Anyway, I think that in the long term, it doesn't come, to any big problem because you have endurance. You have your own endurance. You're going to see everything through with a great attitude and with strength and conviction. Conviction. The strength of your conviction. That's what I'm hearing. You know who that is? We do. We know who that is. Meow. I can even hear her voice in my head. There's a lot of people who do that, and it really annoys me how like the subject of our interest, our person of interest, whoever they may be, can be so easily influenced by the person that goes like, can't you just like get some perspective from that person and look at them and just realize that their tongue is wagging 1,000 miles a minute, and just see, just because even in the act of their tongues wagging should be enough evidence that they're not saying anything worthwhile if they're saying it so fast and so high pitched and and nothing that they're saying is making any sense. So, yeah. Right? Yeah. So it's like, why even entertain that crazy energy? The one that's got a solid head on their shoulders is the one that listens calmly, tries to communicate without a lot of unnecessarily insults and stuff. It's like, what's the point of all these dirty words and put downs and all of that? Anyway, yeah. But the bottom line is, it's nothing that's gonna phase you. You have endurance. Your love has endurance. You're gonna feel, so it could be the beginning of the week, you feel great joy and there's a lot of connection. It's kind of like in the periphery. Later that week, you start to see some signs of this jealousy, and it kind of, it makes you feel a little like, not again. But so you're not quite like at the beginning of the week, you're not quite as happy, but at the end of the week, you're kind of on your own again. But you're hanging in there. You have endurance. You know what to do for yourself, and that's what the important thing is. Let's see what your romantic fairy has to say. Like, dude seriously needs to do this. That was at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Ooh, unexpected connection. Yeah, I think y'all are gonna hook up maybe. And that's where the joy comes in, and where the empowerment comes in. Yes, that's where that comes in. Maybe. Opposites attract. And yes, guided steps to great love. So romantic. Follow the path of ascension. This is what that's why you have endurance, because yours is different. Your connection is just different. And it takes a lot of courage to keep doing this, but it's a fearless love, and you have to constantly have courage within this, in this unknown. The next day, the next day, the next day, it's always an unknown. So just keep on having faith and courage that it will all come to something, joyful. So it starts off, your next week starts off joyful, and it ends kind of, well, okay. I still can be happy. But it's not like, I don't think the jealousy is necessarily gonna interfere, but it does also, it sort of deflates your balloon a little bit. Ooh, you got the white mulberry. Look at that. And you have yin yang. So, that's the symbol of the masculine and the feminine, and union and sexuality. Whew. Could be some sex coming through here. All right, let's see. White mulberry. Oh. There it is. Harmony. See, this is your future, harmony. So I will send you spiritual emotional nourishment. This will guide you into creating a stronger and more harmonious connection with others, and enrich your understanding of their motives as well as your own. So the connections between you and people and animals with whom you share your life, your heart is going to create harmony with them, and the empathy is going to grow. And even when the behavior is confusing, or the environment is confusing, or people's reactions are confusing, you're still going to have harmony with this person. So that's good news. Harmony endures. The harmony, the closeness, the connection endures with this person. So very nice. Lovely. Very nice. All right. Well, 3 people left. Well, I guess it's time to say goodnight. Do 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 do. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really can't stay. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Okay. Here we go. Oh. All right, good night, everybody. I feel like Mr. Rogers when he puts up all his stuff. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole show is the ASMR sounds of him putting things away. Little did I know I was so ASMR when I was a kid. But I like my favorite sound was like this. His like taking off lids and putting them up on things. It's like, Mr. Rogers. And his like happy face and his sweater. Okay. Well, everybody's gone. And I'm going to go ahead and go, even though I don't see any more chatting happening. So good night, everybody. Love you. Sweet dreams until I meet again with you on Friday. I'll see you Friday. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.